Okay, we're about to get this started. That took a little too long. I was setting up a bunch of stuff and whatnot. I probably shouldn't have stopped there, but oh well. That seems to be the regular. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? That seems to be the the gimmick. I just stop during the good part of a song. In any case, we are back and we are recording another part. This took yeah, this took a while. I think last time I did have the volume bump up a little bit. We can bump it up a little bit because I do talk a little bit louder than the actual video itself. Yeah, this took a little bit longer to to get around to doing, and not only that, I'm doing it during the daytime, not at night where you know everyone's asleep and whatnot. But and then I'm kind of like looking at the audio levels, so I'm gonna turn myself down a little bit because I'm seeing that I'm starting to overpower it. All right, that should be good. That should be good.
Getting the doctor won't do us much
And
good if he can't get us
can I
out.
just say this is my
Understood. First we
when I
take
talk
out
about
the
art
gun and get you
direction
back in
with
the
this
air.
game,
Then we find out
this
where
I
we can get him out
love
of
the
here.
scenery. Everything about it is just wonderful. I love everything about the scenery. I just wanted to get that out the way because that's definitely when I start in the review, when I start going over the art section. Oh my god, I can't wait for it. But let me fill everyone in. What's going on?
It came from the diner.
I
Eyes
finally
peeled,
finished
weapons
recording everything I
ready.
need
Let's go.
for the general review.
There.
And then I just gotta go back and just record some things for the story review, and that's about it. And so everything's recorded. I was going hard at it. I was like just recording. Uh, but
Fuck. Can you hear this?
I finally,
Somebody here.
because it's been a
Looks like
moment
one of the
since
infected, but he's
I
not hostile.
uploaded
Looks
a
like
commentary part and since I live streamed. So I was like, yeah, let me knock something out because I don't have to worry about recording anymore, really, because I already have all the footage for the
Snap
gameplay.
out of it.
The script is pretty much there. It's still the old script. I just got to tweak it a little bit because the old script has several details that aren't going to be relevant for the new script. Other than that, excuse me. Other than that, we're pretty much just gonna we're pretty much ready. I'm gonna make the base claim because I'm probably going to go over the script today, revamp it, maybe even tomorrow, and then I'm gonna start recording Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm gonna try to revamp it tonight. I'm going to try to record my lines tomorrow or Tuesday because I'm off both days, and then Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to be editing the video, doing whatever.
Base, come in. The town's been hit
And then I'm gonna say that the video, the review should be done either by the end of this week, so maybe Sunday, depending, or this Sunday coming up, not the 16th, the 23rd, or at the very least it should be done. At the least, what the fuck am I talking about? At the very most, it should be done by the 28th of March. So that's when it gets closer to the finished product, I'll just post it on my I'll just post it on Facebook or Twitter. And then for anyone who's like, what was taking me so damn long to kind of get around to doing this, or to get the stream started, I was kind of looking around, I was getting some ideas and whatnot. It was just, I read like, oh yeah, you probably want to like post shit to like social media. Uh, I guess I would be a little bit more active in posting. That's not really my thing, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to just try, give it a shot. I don't really
Eyes
like
on the
posting
egg.
and shit.
Moving in.
But I guess if that's a form of updating and it gets people active and communicating, I guess that works,
Looks like that's the
right?
bastard in charge.
So I might as well. Yeah, this is when you meet the guy who can shield himself. And then I think I keep talking about it, but I keep saying that all the recording is done for it. I'm just starting to upload the parts. Uh and generally speaking, they get uploaded pretty fast. So from here, what's gonna happen is while I'm still working, because I'll be working on the story review. While I am working on the story review, I most likely will be also working on start working on gameplay for. I most likely will start working on gameplay for. What do you fucking call it? Drakengard, the next review. That's gonna be the next review. It's gonna be Drakengard. I'm most likely gonna be working on recording and other shit for that one. So
Draw its fire.
Come on out and fight, you bastard!
I'm just getting started. Hit it hard.
so
That's
yeah,
better.
and it's not gonna be just the first game. And I am so aggravated with myself with how long it took me to get around to doing the Drakengard review. Cause like I was starting to just do just a little bit of research on the game and whatnot, and I was just seeing like how many people have posted shit about Drakengard, and I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm like, people are starting to post shit on Drakengard. I'm like, I gotta hurry up. Cause I don't want I mean, I think regardless if people started posting a bunch of stuff about it, I mean, one, it's just so fucking niche that I highly doubt it will. But I'm starting to see like, shit from a year ago, right, where someone's talking about the story, talking about blah blah, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't need someone else doing this. Cause I want to talk about the whole series, like 1, 2, 3, maybe even talk about the manga series for it, like where you follow. Well, hold on. Let me not even say anything. It might be spoilers for some people who don't know.
Hit it hard.
But you follow a particular character that exists between the first game and the third game. Or sorry, I guess realistically, I should say between the third game and the first game. I guess I don't really know how. Like, I don't ever classify this as a spoiler, so I mean, someone might, but the third game's a prequel to the first game, and it's not like it's in your face, right, or anything. I don't even think it's nuanced. I think it's just something that's just always stated.
Draw its fire.
I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but I think I should be fine with reviewing all three games because, in particular, most people will talk about the first game and they'll probably say something goofy to the effect of like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't play the game. Just watch a video on it." And to that, I say fuck off. I really think everyone should.
Get its attention.
If it piques your interest, just play it. Even if people say, "Oh, don't do that." Also, with these upgrade systems, or not upgrade systems, but when sometimes you'll see random cuts in some of the videos, and it is just because I was organizing. I was either one organizing like my men's equipment, or two, I had walked away from my computer.
Falk,
So
that's the last of them.
sometimes you'll see like
The AA gun.
random jump cuts. And it's not in like during gameplay. It's going to be mainly in the menus. So, if you suffer to capture a glimpse at the fact that the mouse so happened to appear from like one part of the screen to the other, just know that it was a cut. Now, this right here, I'm not gonna say got aggravated with.
Get this door open, Agent. We'll cover
This, I've always, fuck me, I can't even speak. I always imagined that was going to, be affected by whoever you have, hack the door. Like, I figured at this point, right? And this is back when I first played this game. And I think it was just because I was also thinking of Mass Effect 2, where in the suicide mission you to choose certain characters. Otherwise, they'll die and whatnot. I was under the impression that like, oh, okay, maybe I gotta choose certain agents for a certain task throughout the course of the game that are better suited, for what was, for what's to come. And no, it's just arbitrarily, not arbitrarily. It's a bad. I don't know why I said that. Realistically, what it's for is to make it to where you are out of an agent and you have to figure out, okay, this agent's going to be busy. Who do I not mind, or which class do I not mind not sacrificing? Yeah, which class do I mind sacrificing in this situation?
It's open. Let's move.
I thought like, oh, okay, like maybe if I bought the engineer, like the hack time for the door would be faster, right? No, nothing remotely like that. And I think that really sucks, because it makes me think of Godfather 2, the game, Godfather 2. If I don't know if anyone knows or do know.
Looks like we lost connection. What a shame.
Barnes is so funny, but
See if there's one for the bank. I'll link up with you on the other side.
because in that game, you would, even though it wasn't like, I'm gonna say it wasn't as good as the first game. Some things it did do was have it to where if you were about to raid an enemy's or a rival family's
What difference would it make?
territory or business,
Of an invasion.
if you bought like certain crew members, it'll make the job easier. Like, you could bring a demolition expert and he could put a hole in the wall, right? You could bring, I want to say that was the extent of it. There could have been other stuff. It's been so long since I played the game.
What's going on here ain't got nothing to do with all of that.
Sounds like survivors. Real ones.
Golly.
I hear him just fine, boy. He's wrong is all.
Yeah, I think I just didn't want to interrupt the dialogue here. Also, some people may recognize his voice actor, but it's the guy who does Lee from Walking Dead. He does a couple other voices too. I think he's done.
We can do something.
I don't know, but I seen
I don't
him around
remember.
town. That was just before.
But he's done a lot of voice acting, and I never realized it either. I've always known him as
That'll
just
do
Lee.
fine. We just gotta get out of here.
We just gotta get out of here.
What happened to her?
Need to go back to Clementine.
Folks in town got her too.
Why didn't you leave with the others?
We tried. When the shooting started, we tried. We were just lucky to find a place to hide.
So you hid down here.
With those things running around.
Can I get can I get a Walking Dead, but instead of zombies, it's
Biggest place
aliens.
I could think of was a
And
bank
Lee
vault.
Everett still in there. And they didn't even change his name. His name is still just Lee Everett.
You got something, don't you? Way out.
Head back back out the way we
But
came.
isn't it interesting?
Clear.
Like this guy still
Evac you when we pull out.
voice acts in like these apocalyptic
She can't walk you.
situation or 2 games. Well, no, that's not true. Like he's done other stuff, but
You're alone from there.
ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I was drinking some Fanta grape. Love me some Fanta grape.
They gonna get us out of here.
But Sarah.
But Sarah, she sounds so much older than what her character model looks
This is
like.
our only chance to get out of this town.
We'll come back for her when it's all better.
I don't know. Look, I know you ain't the type of man to take advice from somebody like me, but we got a chance to get out of here. I'm gonna take it, and so should you.
Okay, it's our only chance.
I'm not leaving her.
Rose, listen to reason.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'll try and send
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, I'm just saying, her voice does not match what her character model looks like. Like the voice actor sounds so much older, or I don't know if they told her to go for like an old woman's voice. I mean, I guess it's just like I'm sorry, I like look at her and I think middle age, and then I hear the voice actor, and she sounds a little over middle age. Not exactly. Maybe in the
Nothing we need
guild.
to worry about.
Not guild. Fuck is wrong with me? Maybe in the elderly. Maybe towards the elderly. I don't know. I mean, if that lady's supposed to be old, they surely made her a gilf. I saw a video recently of this guy who his barber fucked up his hairline, but it was like for a prank.
Keep a sharp eye out for resupply crates.
There
are
was nothing
opportunities for you
special to
stock
that
up on
comment.
ammo
I
and to
just
swap out
thought of
engines
it
or
because I saw
equipment.
the barber there. Now, one thing that I don't talk about too, or I don't know if, I don't know if I am going to talk about it, but yeah, what the fuck, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Why not? You're gonna notice
Blocked. Can you see another way to the campus?
through this game that I mainly only use 2 classes of agent.
Great.
Like through the whole game, I only
Must have been
used
crowds of people
either,
fleeing the outsiders.
or yeah, like the 2 agents.
Maybe. Not many.
Why would they
The-
attack this place?
The 2 agents.
Know about Dr. Weir? If they knew enough to infiltrate
The
the
2
military,
agents
they
I
might know
used
about him.
was
This work.
the commando plus the recon for like the entire game. And this really is stemming from the fact that when I played it the first time, when I got towards the end of the game, I was just using those 2, and it got me through completely for like during the last mission. And so since then it's not even it's just, or not since then. Or I mean kinda. It's just when I play this, it's hard for me to want to play or use other classes because I just don't think they're as good. I really think I used to think the engineer was really good to have because of the turret, and like it's really not. It's really not. It's just not good. Or I'm gonna be. I don't think it was good. And then I've used the support, and I just never liked. I don't know. I don't know if I just don't know how to use the support. I just don't like the support. But with that in mind, what I did do was I used, like I said, I used the,
They're attacking a town. Why do
I
they leave so many
use
defenses?
only the
And they plan to
commando
stay.
and the recon for the campaign. I wound up going through the whole campaign with just those 2 character classes or character agents, however you want to. I went with those 2 agent types, just the recon and just
Put me
the.
through to Falk.
Where the hell have you been, Carter?
I think I know what's happening. They're not
There's a little
destroying the
dialogue.
places they're
It's
attacking. They're
funny
setting something
when
up.
Barnes is like just like messing around.
No idea. Maybe this doctor of yours can tell us. If he's
But
still alive.
continuing on, yeah, I only used the commando in the recon. Now, oh, also the first time I recorded
Barnes, the campus is up
this,
ahead. It looks clear.
like on the other one, this scene right here, for some reason, just wouldn't play at all. So I'm glad I was able to record and get this scene to play because it is fucking brutal.
Get behind something. Done. Hit it hard.
But like I was saying, just to really figure out some things about how characters work, I did for the DLC
Keep fire on that thing.
for the Hangar 6 and R&D DLC. I did I don't want to say handicap myself, but that's what I almost feel like. For that
Lifting.
particular DLC, I actually opted out for using only the engineer and support, and oh my god, I don't want to say that convinced me that those two character agents are terrible, but like, oh, it was awful. Like, it was generally awful. It was terrible to get, like, throughout the campaign. I think Carter, I think I only had to restart to last checkpoint only like once. For Hangar 6 R&D, oh, I was just dying left, right, and center. But I think it's because I just didn't. I feel like I didn't know how to use the two, but it's like something about how they work just doesn't incentivize me to do that.
Any more surprises,
I prefer
Barnes?
it was just I was just aggressive the whole time. The critical strike from the recon did lots of fucking damage. The burning plasma field that the fucking commando throws out, fucking just tears through shit.
Just
It
keep
would
looking
tear
here.
through everything. It was just like there's no reason to do, like, I would, especially like later on, you'll see
Dr. Weir?
when I start fighting like the heavily armored mutons, I would lift and burn, and it would melt the hell out their health.
Any idea how dangerous it is?
I know, but Alan, Dr. Weir, he won't leave.
Now this guy's voice, I gotta go look it up, but he sounds like someone who voice acted on
Don't worry about his notes.
what's that show called? Venture Bros. He sounds like one of them. He probably is.
What's so important that he'll risk his life to test it?
My theory, or rather our theory, posits that it is possible to bridge 2 points in space, allowing the transfer
Now,
of, well,
what's kind of funny,
That's how the outsiders
actually,
obviously, but
is
one
that
thing the doctor and
I
think
don't know
the key to
what
reaching where
intentions
the
they
outsiders
had
came from.
no
for
weapons, no training.
the original. Like, I don't know what the original intent for Weir was, Dr. Weir,
Or at least I
in
did
this game.
before they began.
But if you go look at the
Terraforming?
f-
Machines that keep growing?
the
And don't get Alan started on trying to study those.
the gameplay that came out for this game the first time, when it was intended to be a
How do I
first
know we can
person,
trust you?
Well, I'd ask you the same.
It worries
when they
me
go
you
through it,
don't
when they go
answer
through
my
the
questions.
mission, it's actually this mission right
They
here.
swept through here and killed
It
everyone who was
well, it's a little different. Things look a
friends,
little different.
colleagues.
But
Some of them, they looked
what was very interesting to note
They did
was
that to
that in
us
the
too.
opening things, one of the developers are talking,
I'm sure Alan can
and they were talking about
That's
like
a real gift.
how, like, yeah, this is during a time of like,
Head back out the way we came in.
you know,
Streets
questioning
clear.
things, blah blah
Try to evacuate
blah.
the
You
I'd
know,
prefer to meet you at the
I don't
observatory.
remember how you put it. I don't remember how you said it.
So,
But
go first.
basically,
You're going
he
to
was
need
hint.
attention.
I don't know if it was hinting or if he outright stated it.
I'll be
But
fine.
Dr. Weir is
Barnes, we found Weir's assistant.
he's
He says the doctor's holed up in a lab under the observatory.
That's across the campus from you.
Head out the back and you've got a straight shot.
Yeah, he's gay.
No telling how long.
Sorry, I don't know why I was having a brain fart. But in the what you call it, in the demo, he was like, oh yeah, you know, even like homosexuality, which Dr. Weir is, and I'm just like, wait, Dr. Weir is gay? Like like it never came up at all during the main campaign. So I don't know if they just got rid of it altogether, or if like it's supposed to be like you're supposed to pick up on the fact that he is. I don't know. Not that it matters. It's just interesting that that was something that they pointed out whenever they showcased the demo. But then when the final product came out, it just never. They just never. It just, that was it. So I don't know if for this particular story that Dr. Weir actually is gay or if he isn't.
Looks like notes and lectures on broadcast encryption.
But I guess
Transmission
what we
patterns.
can do, we might make this an extra special live stream.
Gibberish to me.
What I can do,
Apparently not
and I
to
don't
Dr.
mind
Weir.
doing,
That's why we
is
need him.
I can also show. I'm probably gonna go on and find the actual video and play that after this, just to show like the absolute differences in this game. Wait, hold on. Let me just get prepared. Oh, get out the way. I'm gonna do this so I can just be on this screen doing stuff. Okay.
Falk, there's an outsider weapon here, in one piece.
All the ones we've seen so far. User dies. The boys in the lab will want to get their hands on that.
There's the observatory. Now, how to get there?
Okay. Yeah. Got that there. So yeah, we'll because it's got 45 minutes, and then how long is that video? Another 22 minutes? Oh man, you guys gonna get something extra special today. I already see it. But continuing on, the gameplay from this to what it was intended is so fucking different. It is so different. I tried lifting that turret. I figure it wouldn't hurt to have it to where you can lift the turret, and like the whole point or my whole idea was I could lift the turret and the turret would be like looking like up. Like it would just look up, and it wouldn't be able to fire for a time being, but that's not the case. So I think this is when I was doing this, because because I didn't really, I kind of started playing around a little bit more with the types of builds the first time around. So I think I feel like sometimes when my troops just wasn't, I don't want to say optimized, but sometimes I was like, yeah. So this time around, I was being a little bit more careful with what I went with. I kind of just chose whatever because I was like, yeah, it don't matter. We could just deal damage. It don't fucking matter. There's the strategy of just throwing 3 grenades at this fucking thing. I don't think I had. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember what. It's interesting because you don't remember what you're doing or I don't remember what I was doing half the time. And then I have to sit there and I have to look at my past self play. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, that's right. I was trying to explode that fucking barrel right back there, and it would not fucking explode I couldn't figure it out.
Healing engaged.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah.
We can cut through
Yeah, I couldn't fucking explode it for some reason, but I stated this before. The fucking shotgun sucks ass, dude. The shotgun is fucking cheeks. If there's anyone who can actually use that fucking thing, I mean, kudos to you. It really, like, even this gun here, you saw, I fucking walked, I thought about walking past it. It's the scatter laser. The scatter laser is the upgraded version to the shotgun. I fucking walked past it because I was like, piece of shit. It sucks. It genuinely sucks. But it don't matter because any technology you don't pick up, you just get at the end of the mission anyway. But I was like, I'm not picking up that fucking piece of shit. I did not want to touch that fucking thing. The only shotgun that's actually good is the plasma assault cannon that you get towards the end of the game, because what it does is not only is it increased damage over the other two, but you can also shoot it long range, and it does burning damage. Like, it's just I mean, you know, it'll take you a while to get to it, and of course, if you're new, you're just going to be experimenting and figuring shit out. But you've already played it, you're like, I don't want to fuck with this piece of shit. One thing I'm gonna say is, if you have the, what's his fucking name, the commando, normally with the commando, whenever you do his taunt, it's not a bad idea to do his taunt on bosses, because if you have the one upgrade, or yeah, the one perk, I think it'll allow you to do 30. Don't quote me on that, but 30% more damage to taunted enemies. So it allows you to like fuck up bosses' health. And yeah, you see it. Like, see, the moment you break the glass on that damn thing, it like, you just start headshotting it, and it just, you know, he's pretty much easy. He's very easy. You just gotta bust through the glass, and once you bust through the glass, you're good. Now for the engineer, I did say I didn't like him. Go stupid on him. Oh, I do all the time. The engineer, I go crazy, go stupid, go wild.
Healing engaged.
What's going on, Mr. Michael Jones? The engineer, it took me so long to figure out that you have to, like, during the DLC, when I was absolutely shitting on the class or the agent, I realized the bet, like, his scatter thing, like, one, I was using it very dumb, sort of. I would throw, like, if enemies were bunched up, I would throw it just to disperse them. And you're supposed to do that, but inadvertently it would result in some things. Like, if I threw a disperse on a bunch of like crowded sectoids, they would just run upstairs, and now they just have high ground. So what I wind up using it for was just to lock down areas, so they couldn't like flank or anything. So it took me a while to figure out that it's good for locking down an area, or it can be good for like large groups. Or like if they're bunched up together. It's just, you have to kind of look at the area and figure out where they might go afterwards, because then they might do something that'll like screw you. I wonder if I changed out my characters at this point. Yeah, sharpshooter is very good to get. Sharpshooter is very good. It allows you to increase headshot damage. Yeah, see, like, it already gives you the scatter laser. So there was no point in me ever picking it up, because I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna fucking use it. And like I said, it gives it to you anyway. I think I wound up changing, because there's one backpack you can get called the Reaper backpack, and then when enemies go below 40% health, you do 30% more damage as well. So I was just like, I know it was definitely in there for Hangar 6, and I was using it a lot. I remember the first time. Oh yeah, right here. For some reason, my engineer was just stuck back there, so I had to do without my engineer. This, like, for this little fighting segment.
Take him down.
Lining up the shot.
Yeah, you really should. Any opportunity you get to use the barrels, just use the barrels. Now, something else. I don't think I could really do anything in this situation, but right at those doors, I remember the last time I had the commando, and I want to say I don't remember what I had. I had something else too. I had another class with me, and I was trying to get something in that door, and I couldn't because the door was closed. And one little neat strategy is to use the commando to taunt an enemy, and it makes them open the door. Yeah, dude, this little machine pistol, it tears through everything. It's so good. It is so good. Also,
The
one other
engineer's
thing
landmine
I did
explodes when
not do.
approached. Place it in choke points to limit the enemy's movement or to set up a trap.
One thing I also decided to do was keep any of the infomercials, any of the little things that tell you about the device. I figured it wouldn't hurt to just keep it.
Finish it off.
I like how I said damn, like I'm playing the damn, like I'm playing the fucking game. Commander, I need a medic. Yeah, my aim was like atrocious. I don't know what was going on there. And you know what? Playing this game though, it wound up prompting me to play through Mass Effect again. And I gotta say, I think this game did it better for controlling your units. I don't know how.
Let's stay together here.
What's the word? Yeah, he just he got shot because he teleported behind me, right? But I've honestly thought the Bureau in terms of like. Yeah, that's what I learned. You can punch your men, but between this and like Mass Effect, like I haven't gotten to Mass Effect 3 yet, but playing through Mass Effect 1, first up, Mass Effect 1 just has the better story, the better characters, the better shit, even like better gunplay and like powers and customizability. However, what this game does better is the strategy. Like when you go into that pause. Also, this is something I never realized you could do. I don't think I ever realized that can fall and break, or not that it can't, but you know that it does do that. I don't think I ever realized that. But it took oh man, it just took me a moment to just like stop and like look and see everything that this game has to offer. It took me so long to just do that.
No sign of Weir or his assistant. We're going in. Be ready on the evac. It's gonna be touch and go.
On the way.
It's gonna be touch and go. Is this fucking boss fight? I hate this boss fight that's coming up. It's with the gunship. This was something I believe I was gonna be talking about in the gameplay section. Is that like starting off, it's so hard to deal with shit, and that's fine because you know alien menace, don't know who they are. But come the fuck on, like for the gunship, they couldn't give me like a bazooka to shoot at it. Like definitely I would have, you know, allowed the player to pick up some kind of, you know, thing, blow it up, but you don't.
Dr. Weir, we need to leave now.
Take your hands off. I'll try my best to delay them, but they'll be coming now. You must get Dr. Weir to safety.
I swear, this guy has to be the voice actor
Understood.
from Venture Bros.
Who in blazes are you people anyway? How did you even find me?
I can never tell what Dr. Weir is because he sounds Australian.
Help from the likes of bloody hell.
Yeah, I think he's Australian. He's Aussie.
Take cover, Doctor! Now!
Hey, bloody hell. Is that an Australian thing? Bloody hell feels almost more English. Oh god, this. Now the critical strike does. You see that critical strike does about a good 1/10 of its health, which is fine, except the cooldown is it's not fine. Cooldown's not fine now. Now there's also another strategy for this part, because the gun when it winds up, you'll hear it. And it's pretty much, you know, just about the attack. What you're supposed to do is change cover. However, I still just don't like the way it works. It just don't work. I don't even know, but it just don't work good. I just don't like the way it works. Oh, so I need to go behind and check on something for the YouTube upload, and it's the fact that it wouldn't know.
Mind that area. Mine deployed. Up and away. Enemy fire. Going in. We're big dogs. Need orders. I can't take much more. Put a mine there. Mine deployed. Healing engaged. Hit it hard. Taking the shot. Oh, I'm injured. I need help. Hit your target. Need a medic, Commander. Reloading. I'm fighting fast over here. Repositioning. I'm pinned down. Finish it off. Take an aim. Commander, are you okay? Keep the pressure on him. All targets down. Falk, we've recovered Dr. Weir.
Well done, Carter. Well done.
Barnes, if you're in the neighborhood, we could use a lift.
Roger that. Let's get the hell out of here.
Thank you, Agent Carter. I never would have made it out of here without
All right, sorry about that. I had to step away for a moment, but I didn't want you guys to miss out on all the action. Though I guess arguably you're here for the commentary, because if you were here for the action, you would just go watch the non-commentary. But I've been talking all this time, so you ain't missing much. Yeah, and this is when Carter switches out to his to this wetsuit shit for like the majority of the game, and it pisses me off. I like nothing to the sweater.
There are easier ways to give up smoke.
Nothing to the sweater. I just prefer the
Came here to ask
LA style hat and or why did I say like I just for the noir outfit. I'm just not a big fan of this sweater.
You're the only one I can trust with this.
It's like Fred with his fucking ascot. I just it looks stupid after a while.
Glad to help out.
And I believe that's the end of that one. I think I might have done a little bit of extra stuff. I was like looking around and other shit. So there ain't really much going on with this.
Yes,
But
I
I'm
know,
gonna
but yes, I'm
let the
very
video
sure
play
that.
out.
Look, I'll send the next available agent. That's all I can offer.
Yeah, it's like 48 seconds.
Have a moment.
All right, but yeah, then after this, like I said, I can just make it a little extra special. I can show you what the intended, how that section was intended to play out, or at least an idea of how the section was going to be supposed to be playing out. You know, there's an achievement that I was unable to get. And it aggravates me because I could have sworn I did everything it asked me to. And the achievement is you have to do every base activity. And this time around, I didn't get it the first time around, but I could have sworn this second time around I did everything, but I was fucking wrong. So I don't know. And I didn't have plans to go back. All right. So with that, it's over here. This is back in 2011, 13 years ago. This is a long time ago. This is what the game.
Hello, I'm Jordan Thomas, narrative director of XCOM,
essentially-
and with me here is Harvey Whitney, producer of XCOM.
Jordan
Hey,
Thomas,
thanks for
you're
watching today.
overpowering me.
He's
in
going to
voice.
be driving the demo we showed to you today. This is our E3 2011 XCOM demo walkthrough.
Demo. Classified evidence. Ugh. You know, I wouldn't mind if they did it this like when you start up a mission. I wouldn't mind if it started up like this or something. Also, word of warning, it's also raining and thundering, so if like I randomly stop, I don't even know how it works, but if my power goes out and I just happen to just disappear, just know that my power went out. Yeah, like all this stuff right here, this almost feels like, I guess you call it like an analog horror, right? God, I just think this works so much better. This just looks so much better.
As Agent Carter, that's what you're fighting for. That child's family and thousands of others like it are the stakes in this conflict with the alien enemy. But here in 1962, Kennedy is president, the Cuban Missile Crisis is threatening to turn the Cold War hot, and your job is to assemble a team of the finest minds in asymmetrical warfare to repel this threat for which there is no field experience. These guys are the analysts who are assembling mission profiles from emergency calls all around the country and feeding it to you and your squad. Our job is a little more direct. What we're going to do is assemble our team and head out into the field, capture the enemy technology, and turn their own weapons against them.
But I always was under the impression, I was always gonna, and like with this, I figured like there would be so much shit you could do with this, right? Like I thought it was gonna be something where it's like you receive, like there was gonna be like actual like known reports, and then there's like, what's the word? Like reports that you get through like some kind of call or something, right? Like a tip line. And like, yeah, hey, Agent Carter, we got a tip that they could be doing blah blah blah, and then you go investigate it, and it could either be like something for real, like actual alien activity, or it could be something stupid, like I don't know, some dude shaved his dog and whatever. But one problem I do have with the game, actual XCOM, is the fact that why did he turn around like that?
I'm Agent Leon Barnes.
So this
so Barnes was supposed to be agent, not a helicopter pilot. That's funny.
So
damn, they downgraded his ass to be a fucking Tuskegee airman. They said, nah, you can't be an agent, Barnes.
And this underground base is a true social space where you can meet with your fellow field officers and discuss strategies to repel the aliens, and sort of look at what it's like to experience the emotional cost of this kind of invasion from within.
Yeah, because you don't do that you don't do that now. All you do is just walk around the place and just talk about it like outsiders. And Agent Carter just throws a little temper tantrum every here and there.
Now we're going to assemble our squad of agents from the array that Harvey's managed to accrue over the course of the game.
Who the hell's Harvey? Oh, never mind. Who the hell's Harvey? That's the guy playing it. Like, I like this better. Like, this just looks so much better. And it's not stupid like Commando. He's master at arms. The other dude was like a tactician, and you have whatever. Like, this just...
Meet our master at arms. He is an ammo dump on legs. Makes his own rounds. First guy you want nearby when you hear the click of an empty chamber.
Special attribute.
If you're looking for a bruiser, you found your guy. Don't let the dress code fool you. There's other
disrupt, second power.
The agents are the primary channels of player growth in XCOM. We like to say that they're like your left and right hand, and it's...
So it looks like what they intended for this was, it looks like, you get first power, second power, and then it looks like, I say the agent training, you would go through whatever, and then it says unlock the Agent 3, which is the second perk. It'd probably be like some specialized like subclass that they could probably go down.
It's up to you to
That's what it
turn
looks
each
like.
one into a fist. Now, similar to the original games, you've got this big stable of them that you're able to work on and specialize as you play through the campaign. Harvey's already taken a couple of these guys out into the field, and the commando at the top there is ready to purchase a new ability with field experience. So why don't we take a look at what's available?
Insertion. Wait, hold on. Can I see what that
Take a
looks
look
like?
at what's available.
Because I disrupt 2. Second power, choose. Let's see. So from here, the commando looked like he used to have defense shield. Defensive formation is a shield at the agent's feet that stops projectiles, and that was something they changed and gave to the support in the actual XCOM. And insertion. Tactical insertion allows the agent to be unnoticed by enemies. Huh. I'm very curious to know how that would have worked.
Harvey went with defensive shield. That creates a kind of impervious energy bubble anywhere on the battlefield, which can both function as dynamic cover for your team or crowd control for your enemies, where you can separate them from one another. But now that we've got...
Wait, what the hell does that even mean? Could you... I don't know. That sounds like you could put it around them, but did that mean you could have put the shield around the enemy and they could not leave it?
Got our squad, and you can take 2 agents into the field at once. We'll go ahead and head over to the operations floor and pick our next mission.
But this is the problem I have with the base game. And I said this in it's kind of plain in the review. The issue I have with how agents are dealt with is that sometimes agents feel like it don't feel like the agents can cover what you need them to cover sometimes. Like the commando and the recon both were good as damage dealers, but they're terrible in terms of like defense and like buffs, but it don't matter half the time because you could just melt through enemies. So I don't need to worry about it. Where this would have at least gave it to where the commando would have been good at the stabilization with disrupt, and then good for defense because he has defense shield. This would cover two things as opposed to what they do now. I mean, because the commando now he has either taunt, which gets enemies to leave their position, um, which kind of destabilize, but it's not really. It's like another version of like lift. And then the other thing he gets is just that plasma, that burning plasma field, which just does damage over time. I mean, fucking just melts anything. And then
You're all set, Agent Carter.
this is just wild to me.
Watch your.
This is just wild to me. What is all these? I wonder what these other tabs are for. I know that's probably for the world map. That second one looks like a microscope. Maybe you could either do investigations or what's the word I'm looking for? It looks like you could have research documents. I don't know what that middle one could be. The fourth one looks like change equipment, and then the fifth one, I don't know.
Back out there.
As of now, Will, you're in command of Xcom's muscle. Here on the ops floor, we'll supply the brains. But there's one mind in particular I need on the team. A man of singular expertise. That's your next mission.
That's Angela. She's Xcom's division chief. She's former CIA, and her job is to take all of the data that the analysts assemble and turn it into these mission profiles for you to choose between.
Oh, so this is what Weaver was intended to be. She was supposed to be just a data analyst. I mean, Weaver sort of still is a data analyst in the bureau, but she's more of a field agent. So I mean, but she still like filters through investigations and whatever. It's not like it helps you.
When we played the original XCOM games, we felt sort of almost overwhelmed with choices in between missions. And so here...
And so now we've lowered choices between missions, and you don't get any choices between missions. So
on the big board, you're able to select between missions that drive the story forward and sort of secondary strategic opportunities in pursuit of a resource. For example, Illyrium 115 is the heavy element that powers all of the alien technology. If we capture that, Harvey can invest it in research and gain long-term growth rewards like new weapons, agent powers, and so on. Or let's say he wants to deploy one of his agents to go on a mission without him, and that agent will come back with new field experience, which he can spend on perks and gear and so on. So
the thing that I also kind of complained about was the fact that I feel like there isn't like the only choices you get in the game now is just choosing, like as terms of equipment, is just what gun they can use, which it don't matter because each class only get like 3 types of guns, which they're like, okay, sure, that's kind of usual XCOM. You have bullets, then you move up to lasers, and then you move up to plasma. Well, the problem with that is that there's no research. It's just the whole thing is you pick up a gun that hasn't exploded yet because the guns are tied to the aliens, the fucking biometrics or whatever. So you have to find one that hasn't been tampered with by an alien, and that's how you can capture it. And the problem I have with that is I wish that they would have done something more with it because they don't. Because even in original, like say XCOM Enemy Within and XCOM 2, whenever you capture like alien resources, you realistically you're taking those resources, bringing them back, researching them, and you're using the aliens technology but you're also implementing human ergonomics because humans have different hand sizes than aliens. The problem I have with the Bureau is you pick up a gun, and the gun was made specifically for the outsiders ergonomics and how they work, like the scatter gun. The scatter gun is supposed to be this fucking, like, if you see how the mutons like use the damn thing, it's a fucking automatic shotgun. For the humans, they use it as a semi-auto shotgun, and doesn't that sucks. Like, I wish they would have done something where, say even if they say fuck all the finding resources, right? Say we find the gun, as long as we bring the gun back. So we have to carry it. You're going through and you're using this unwieldy gun because it's not meant for humans to use, because their body isn't used to it. So like you could have like a accuracy like penalty on it or whatever, or like a high ass recoil, right? And then you get back, and then like after you go on a mission or two, they've dissected it, and then they've went ahead and they've made it very much. And I have someone posting something on Twitch, and unfortunately, it's also a bot, so I'm going to remove that comment. But you take it back, and they dissect it, and they take, they use the alien technology, but with human ergonomics. Fucking Remington shotgun that shoots laser projectiles. Like, that would have been cool as hell, but to the hell, I
Let's
guess.
take a look at what Harvey does next.
Until recently, Dr. Alan Weir was working with Dad, analyzing the alien technology and subverting it to help humanity fight back. A short time ago, we lost contact with him. You and your team will head to his last known location, track him down, and bring him home.
So Harvey's chosen a backbone story mission. Assembling a team of the best also affects the story of the game. If we get Dr. Alan Weir, he will join the base and be able to comment on future missions, and he will also grant Xcom a significant boon in terms of its research potential. So why don't we go ahead and accept that mission and deploy to the field.
And remember, there's no one else like Weir. Try not to break him.
Yeah, so this is how this mission originally was supposed to go.
So if that combat intelligence, that fierce hunger to understand the enemy from the inside out is key to what we feel...
this guy's really hamming up this fucking game.
Mechanically, the human relationship to the unknown is critical to the themes of this origin story. 1962 in the United States...
Because also he said origin story, and it's because this is supposed to be a prequel to the XCOM games. They even made it's funny because after you play through the Bureau at the end, they even do this thing where it's like, oh, where are the aliens now? And it's like unknown, and that's a prelude to XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Is a political hotbed. You had civil rights taking racial tensions and bringing them to the head. You had issues of gender and sexuality. All of these marginalized voices finally coming to a fever pitch where the ruling elite, who had for so long kind of managed the image of the country, didn't really believe that they belonged. And so it's into that theater that we step now.
Yeah, they start going into some weird political shit, which is interesting to think about, because this was what was this? 13 years ago. Very interesting to think about. 2011, they were talking about political hotbeds.
So here we are in the Sky Ranger. These guys are the agents, and that gear that they're wearing...
But God, like, I like this. This looks so much better. The gear looks... I like this art style a little bit better than what we got from the actual Bureau. And I just like it better because this looks this looks like some shit you would have seen in what do you call it? What's it called? It's called just like during like 1950s, 1960s. If you were to watch something like The Twilight Zone, right? This looks like they would have been wearing some shit like this. It looks like one of those.
Bring to the battlefield.
This is cool. You got to actually
Here's a
like
good
be in the
view of our
chopper.
setting. 1962's American dream at the verge of a tectonic cultural shift. People like Dr. Weir had found themselves persecuted throughout the 50s for their politics or their sexuality. In his case, both.
Yeah, see, there we go. That's what I was talking. Yeah, no, they flat out just go like, yeah, no, Weir's gay. Yeah, so but again, it's something that doesn't come up in the actual XCOM game, or I keep calling it XCOM. It don't something that doesn't come in the current Bureau, right? It's nothing that it doesn't come up at all. But it's so funny just thinking about like, yeah, no, we made him gay, and then like in the new like Bureau, they're just like, sorry, sexual. That doesn't matter right now. And I get it, right? Alien invasion, who's caring about that? But it's the pure fact that like in this iteration of it, you have people going out into the field and doing investigations and finding out if aliens even fucking exist, right? Whereas to that one, that's it's a whole alien invasion and everyone knows they exist, blah blah blah. But I would have preferred. I still, even then, I would have preferred this much better.
But now he finds himself the scientific belle of the ball. Some of those old lines are beginning to blur and new ones are being drawn. Now we're supposed to make contact with the National Guard. They've set up a perimeter around this community the second that they heard that there might be an alien incursion there. Let's look for someone in charge.
God, like this looks so good. Like I talk about the art from the Bureau. The art for this look much better. And I think it's because that first person perspective. And there's so many details I think they want you to just pick from this. And the other reason why this game is also great is because you get a fucking grease gun. You don't have the grease gun in the current the Bureau. You don't get to use the fucking grease gun. That sucks. I want to use the grease gun.
This isn't right. I can feel it.
An empty checkpoint does not bode well. Let's look for signs of life.
Dude, this is like peak like that time period of. Also, this is that one. So, in the mission that this is taken from, if you remember, you go into this diner and there's a sleepwalker just like sitting at the counter or whatnot. And at this point, like sleepwalkers don't even exist in this fucking.
What in hell happened here?
What in hell happened here?
Federal agents. Let's see some ID, pal.
That fucking swag. God.
The face of the alien enemy in XCOM.
This just looks
Collectively
so
known
much
as the
better.
Outsiders. They're made of a kind of living technology. That one was an infiltrator class, able to look like any human it wants for purposes of reconnaissance. But what was it looking for?
Yeah, they fucking got rid of that one. And it's funny because they're still called infiltrators in the Bureau. They're still called infiltrators, but they don't do any like, I mean, I guess they do reconnaissance, but they're not like this. This looks so much fucking better.
It looks like it had opened the dossier on Dr. Alan Weir. They probably consider him a person of interest because he's been subverting their technology and making it work for humanity. But that alarm means we're not going to catch the rest by surprise. We'd better move quickly.
Which is weird because weird because in the Bureau, the reason why they were trying to capture Dr. Weir was because he was able to make a portal to their home world, I believe. I thought, if I remember correctly, we just watched it, but I wasn't paying attention. I had to step away from it, and so in this iteration, he was someone who I guess was able to get his hands on outsider technology and, like they said, repurpose it for humanity. What, which I don't know what that entails exactly, but like, is it one of those things where it's like Fallout, where humanity is like it's still like classic like 1960s, but then you also have like some futuristic things like flying robots and shit, right? Oh, they kept the music score. They still have the music score.
Alone in Xcom, Harvey will get slaughtered. He has to command his agents very precisely in order to survive.
You could definitely tell. You could definitely tell that this was made by the BioShock team, because even the reloads, you hear the same like audio reload whenever you reload. Like when you do the Tommy gun, you hear. Like, I can't do a sound, but when you're putting the mag in, that's the same audio that they use for the mag. They just cut out the part where he chambers it.
This looks like a good opportunity to talk about some of those design revisions that I mentioned. This is the tactical
Time
view.
units.
It represents Carter's long experience as a field commander. Now Harvey can sweep around the entire battlefield and
Oh, I like that better. Like he's like on like a fucking radio dot, or like on a phone or on a radio, like there. I kind of like that better than him. I mean, I guess I understand because he's like right there. Why is he on the fucking phone or on a radio? But I mean, I still like it's still like a nice, somewhat. I don't know how to put it. It's a nice touch, especially like if you would do like if you told your agent to call in an airstrike. I think it would like, because like in the bureau he just throws like a thing and fucking airstrike. I think that'd be cool if you'd have told him to call in the airstrike, and you see that your fucking recon unit actually whip out a fucking thing, and and call it, and then it does it instead of him just throw out
look
something.
for tactical opportunities. Time is slowed to a crawl, and he can command his agent's powers on a much more granular scale here. On the left is the commando's powers, and on the right you see the master-at-arms. Harvey has to choose between the more expensive powers and the cheaper ones in order to solve a problem like this. That shield that we're looking at is soaking up too much of his agent's damage. He'll lose if he tries to just trade bullets with these guys all day, so he needs to find a way to solve this problem. It's kind of our real-time take on the classic battlescape of the original games.
Which means you would definitely need smarter AI to pull this off. Because, or at least AI that thinks tactically, I guess you would say, because the AI in the Bureau are fucking stupid sometimes. Like, if you ever see the enemy AI, they're half the time running willy-nilly around the fucking place.
It looks like Harvey's going for Disrupt. That'll create a kind of feedback loop in the body of that outsider and cause him to drop his guard.
Dude, I hate watching. Oh, is it a directional shield? Oh.
And that simple trick was not enough, so he needs to find a way to take the focus of the fight away from himself and catch these guys in a crossfire.
Or you could have your men just shoot the damn thing. The fuck?
Alright, looks like he's going to go with the diversion power. What that'll do is make that agent appear to be the officer from the point of view of the outsiders.
Oh. So this is... Yeah, okay, so this is... So, like, yeah, this was the original intent from, like, Taunt. Because Taunt, you don't call all enemies. This one, it will make all enemies focus on him, while Taunt and current the Bureau, you only target one enemy to make them come out from cover.
Nice. Harvey was able to take out the generator. And what that does is allow his agents to catch these guys in an easy flank. He can use those agent powers outside of tactical mode as well by binding them to the D-pad. The outsiders threaten our world on an existential scale. That living technology they're made out of is both intelligent and highly aggressive. It's part of an ongoing plan to terraform our world and turn it into theirs.
Which the Bureau, the outsiders want to turn humans into slaves, and they don't really, I guess, terraform. They don't really talk. Well, they kind of talk about it. They wind up having to leave their home world. They don't tell why, but I don't know. It don't feel as clear. Maybe we want to do the story review and have to pay like actual. Holy shit! I have to pay actual attention to the story. I probably figured. This guy fucking sucks. Also, I think I was confused for a moment here, but the time units thing, I think I understand now. Powers cost something, right? In current the Bureau, they're like on a cooldown when you use an ability. This particular one, it looks like I had to figure this out. It looks like when you use a power, there's a cost to it. Now, what I don't know is if there's still a cooldown, right? Because I would assume it would still be something to stop you from just spamming abilities. But it looks like your characters will have more powers, and stronger ones have higher costs and whatever. Okay.
The university where Dr. Weir lives and works, but the outsiders have beaten us here. They've got a strongly reinforced position, and Harvey's at a real disadvantage. He's going to have to find a way to subvert this situation and make it work for him, using his agent powers.
God, this commentary is so lame. It's so lame. Damn it, did he just one-shot them with a shotgun? Even you can't even do that in the Bureau.
Harvey chose to counter the strongly reinforced position of the enemy by creating one of his own. He laid down a defensive shield, that power that he purchased back in the base, and created a diversion from inside it. That allowed his agents to soak up all the damage-dealing potential of the enemy, and freed him up to come back here and disable the turret. Now that he's done that, we can capture it. This is another of those design changes that I mentioned.
And I feel like it's kind of funny to think about, because I think I always complain about how much damage the commando will be taking. Well, I don't complain because I understand, he's going to be taking the brunt of the firing. I think, and I never thought to actually go ahead and put a shield around him during, like, while an enemy is taunted. And I feel like while I feel like it still won't matter, because the AI here looks like wherever you tell them to go, they stay there. The AI in the Bureau, you can tell them to go somewhere, but the moment I don't know what it is. I don't know if the AI thinks it can be in a better spot. It will, in fact, just get out of that spot. Or if a grenade is thrown, and they'll also leave the spot. It may go back to the spot, or it may run to some other fucking spot. I've seen my teammates get out of the spot and run up next to the enemy, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Get back here. So
when he folds up the technology that this turret is made out of, he can actually take it with him and use it later in the field.
Fucking Pokeball capturing enemy units and shit.
Capture is one of Dr. Weir's designs. Now that Harvey has the technology for the turret in pocket, he has a choice to make. He can either melt it down for long-term research gains, such as new weapons, agent perks, and so on, or he can press it into service as a member of the squad and command it just like an agent. Whatever he wants to do, we better move on and get to Weir.
Yeah, until they changed it, and now only the engineer can pop a turret. You can't capture enemy turrets. God damn. I don't even know what enemy that was supposed to be for the current the Bureau, because there's nothing like it. I'm not trying to say anything. Sometimes developers suck at playing video games.
This time, Harvey's just outnumbered. He could solve the problem in a couple of different ways. If he laid down a defensive shield, it would bottle a couple of his enemies and force them to wait while he slaughters their friends. Or he could use a diversion and just split their focus. So what do you want to do, sir? All right, Harvey's going for the spendthrift playstyle. He wants to drop that turret down right now and give them a taste of their own medicine.
This audio is so funny. Can't do that now.
Now that Harvey's chosen to deploy the turret in the field like an agent, it has a limited lifespan. It's going to disintegrate pretty quickly, which means we should move on while it's still guarding our back.
It's guarding our back.
Now, sometimes in the field,
Look,
you'll
they're
come
gonna
across a novel.
I refuse to believe that they were gonna have it to where enemies could run up behind you, and if you had something placed back there, it will help you out a lot. I refuse to believe it, but I could be wrong. That could have been the original intent. That would have been really cool, but I don't believe
This
it.
laser rifle, for example, is not adapted for human use, but if Harvey returns it to the lab, he can actually reverse engineer it and create a version that his agents can wield. In the meantime,
See, that's what I exactly said earlier. This is what I said earlier. I said if I find it so crazy that you can pick up the alien weapons and use them right out the gate when they're not meant for human use, because they don't have the ergonomics for humans. The ergonomics were meant for the aliens and their physiology. It's not meant for human physiology. So it's crazy that was the original. I said it a while ago. It is crazy that was the original intent. I like blows my mind.
we'll strip out the ammo and use it in one of our own alien weapons.
That's fine.
This is the disintegration ray. We've included it here to show the gains of the long-term growth curve in Xcom. If you're willing to invest in research and master the science of the enemy, you can take them on and remove their edge in combat.
This gun does not exist, and so this gun does not exist in the base game of the Bureau. However, they have made something akin to it for the Hangar 6 DLC. It's a weapon that you can pick up later on, and it blows chunks. It sucks ass, and it doesn't even. Oh, it sucks. It sucks so hard.
That's a Titan. Harvey can't attack it in this form.
It is also funny because this thing, I think everyone remembers how much this fucking thing was advertised, and the Titan is in the game, but it's not this. It's not this fucking design. It's like this wheel shit. You only fight it once. This is like something you will probably wind up fighting.
Kind of gate.
This is like something you will wind up fighting multiple times throughout the course of the game. But
he's being burned. He has to get inside.
yeah, you want to fight in like this circular form
That
in the
Titan
base
is
game, but you only
terraforming
fight
its
it
entire
once.
courtyard, bombarding it with some kind of cosmic energy and transforming it into something very much like the alien world. But it's far too valuable an opportunity for us not to attempt, at least, to capture it. The trouble is, if Harvey were to try and capture it right now, it would cost him 20 time units. Time units are the sort of currency of combat in Xcom, and Harvey doesn't actually even have 20 to spend, so he's going to have to find a way to weaken the Titan before he captures it. Okay, it looks like he's going to go with some kind of disrupt combo.
Damn.
Harvey's got the Titan on the ropes, but that was the agent with the capture power. He's going to have to find a way to do a combat.
He's gonna have to put him down.
If defensive shield will protect him from the rain. All right.
I don't trust
Capture that Titan.
I don't trust my current. I would never trust my current units to pull this off. They just do too much stupid shit for me to want to
Every
do.
enemy is an opportunity. We wanted to tear down the walls between what is traditionally understood to be the game environment, the squad, the enemy AI, and the player. In the right hands, we believe they should all become player tools.
And now in the current one, they're not. Crazy. It's just there was so much tactical shit, and like the original game was made. Actually, no, I kind of said it wrong too a little bit because the original developers was the guys who worked on fucking SWAT 4, right? Like I'm sure the tactical sense was going to be nuts, and then they handed it over to the BioShock team. So I guess it's up. I have to research it more because it's not like I was reading the article. It didn't make it too clear as to what um to how things happen. I'm sure because this was still under Take Two, so I'm sure there are some assets they were using from Bio. Like I said, you could hear the fucking audio from the reloading of the guns and whatnot. But tactically, like they even probably had some people from the art team from the BioShock team work on this game. Like you could definitely tell the BioShock team worked on this. Like they like them making something that's 1962 or aesthetically 1962 is, I'm sure it's no problem for them. But tactically, you could definitely tell people who worked on SWAT was working on this because there's so many opportunities.
Harvey's attracted reinforcements, and this time they've got him in the crossfire. All right, it looks like Harvey's going to deploy the Titan and use their strongest machine of war against them.
Ugh. I'm sorry, that audio is horrible.
Airstrikes just like an agent.
You know what?
The Titan doesn't have long to live, so let's press on and find Dr. Weir.
You know what's funny is that you heard him make some kind of comment. Like, that's what I call firepower. And in the Bureau, they do still kind of do that. Like if you deploy like the drone or the blob, they'll still make some kind of comment like oh, I'm glad it's on our side or like oh, the drone is doing good or something stupid. But that's interesting that that's something that still got kept in the end product, that they'll comment on what's going on.
That's him, and the enemy have got him.
Crazy to think, because in the Bureau, the current Bureau, you don't go. I mean, you don't. He doesn't get sucked into the outsider homeworld or wherever this is. He just kind of opens up a fucking gate for it, and that's it.
That's Xcom. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Like, it's just, it sucks. It does. It really do. Because this looks so much better. It look at so much more going for it, and like we'll just never get that. So, any case, that was the end. You know, we set out to do what we were going to do. I watched the videos, commentated. We watched a little extra video. So, I'm going to have to call it nighty night here. Boom, stream's ending. So, I had fun. I hope y'all have fun. Watch the VODs or whatever. They're going to get uploaded to YouTube and they're going to be on Twitch. So, I will see you guys on the next one.